Hi, it's Debra Poneman, and welcome back to our Miracles community. Today I want to talk about the power of spreading loving kindness to increase the happiness and miracles in our lives. The pursuit of happiness can be a tricky thing. If we pursue happiness by running after money, approval, fame, sex, food, we might have a temporary sense of fulfillment when we experience or obtain one of these things, but after the initial high is worn off, the emptier we tend to feel. But for those of us who are doers and we feel compelled to do something to create happiness, might I suggest that you try spreading loving kindness? Great teachers throughout recorded history have shared that if you want to be truly happy, simply stop focusing on whether other people are making you happy or meeting your needs, and instead think about what you can do to contribute to the happiness of others and help them fulfill their needs. And there are many ways you can do this. You can do volunteer work, you can help out a friend, you can buy a meal for a homeless person, you can become an advocate for a cause you believe in, you can simply let someone in line in front of you at the grocery store smile at the checkout clerk and tell them what a great job they're doing. Or as you go through your day, you can silently wish success and happiness to strangers as you walk down the street, or send love to your friends and family in a quiet moment. Or if you really want to go for the gold, send love to those who you're struggling to love. Just remember that you're not doing this so you can tell everyone all the acts of loving kindness you've been doing and they can stroke your ego by telling you what a great person you are. Nope. It's about simply focusing your energy on helping to create happiness for others. The bonus is that it will come back to you tenfold. I want to share with you a story about one of my loving kindness heroes, and that's my son Daniel. Every year at Daniel's school, the entire 8th grade class goes on a class trip from Chicago to Washington, D.C. For weeks before the trip, it was all that Daniel and his friends could talk about. How they were going to meet the senator and how they were going to go into the girls' rooms at night and all of the different things that they were going to do on this trip. Well, the night before the trip came and we had the obligatory meeting with all of the parents, and the first thing that the teachers did was tell us about the itinerary and, all of the details we needed to know, and then they gave out the room assignments. Well, first they gave out all the girls' room assignments, and then they gave out all the boys' room assignments, and as they were reading the rooms, the teacher said, in the first room there will be Asher, and Josh, and Kiwan, and Timmy. And I'm thinking, those are all of Daniel's best friends. And then she said, in the next room is going to be Taekwon, Joey, Freddie, and Ralph. I thought, wait a second, those are Daniel's other best friends. Well, soon the teacher got to the end of the list and no Daniel. And as I was about to point out that he'd been left out, the teacher added, and Daniel is going to be in a room with Eric and Eric's personal aide. Well, my heart sank because Daniel's assigned roommates were an autistic boy and his 30-year-old not too hip personal aide. Now, I love Eric. He'd been to our house a million times, and I just have to say that I'm a really good person, but I went into mother bear mode and I thought that Daniel was going to be really, really disappointed. So I had a dilemma. I was driving home in the car. I'm thinking, how am I going to break this news to Daniel? So I went into the den and I started out with, Daniel, guess what? There's a swimming pool at the hotel and they got you these really cool t-shirts. And then I mustered up the strength to tell him, and they gave out the room assignments. And if you feel really disappointed, maybe I could get this changed. But they put you in a room with Eric and Eric's personal aide. Well, Daniel looked at me kind of quizzically, and he said to me, Mom, they didn't put me in a room with Eric. I asked to be with Eric. Because after I thought about it, I thought, well, if he's not in a room with me, he's probably going to get left out. And Mom, It's his 8th grade class trip too. The thing about Daniel is that his life is good. He has miracles showing up right and left because it's not all about him. It's about giving and about spontaneous acts of loving kindness with no ulterior motive other than making a difference for others. And people sense that about him, and they want to be a part of what he's doing. So doors are always opening for him, and he lives with a deep sense of happiness. You've probably heard the old adage, if you want to be happy for an hour, watch a great TV show. If you want to be happy for a week, go on a fun vacation. If you want to be happy for a year, win the lottery. And if you want to be happy for the rest of your life, spread loving kindness. This is the golden key to happiness. This is how we can live deeply fulfilled, successful, and truly happy lives. And I'll end today's message with a quote from 19th century Scottish novelist J.M. Barrie. "Those who bring sunshine into the lives of others cannot keep it from themselves." Wishing you a miraculous life filled with lots of sunshine.